Most people's first thought when they hear about or think about millionaires is, it seems so hard and impossible. It might not be for me. We are here to tell you that's not at all true. You can become a millionaire if you do the things that millionaires do. According to Spectrum Group's Market Insights Report 2017, there are about 11 million millionaire households in the United States alone. And that number is quickly going up. You might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of millionaires. How can I join that number and become one of those people? It's as simple as copying the actions of people who have already become millionaires. Let's take a look at the top 10 millionaire success habits. But before we start our countdown, please subscribe to our YouTube channel Project Tuber and press the bell icon as well. 1. They were readers. To get things started, we will share with you one of the most valuable practices that millionaires have learned. Now, we are sure you have heard this before, but reading has been shown to have a significant impact on both the mind and the mindset of those who do it. When you think of millionaires reading, you typically picture them devouring business tomes of some kind. On the other hand, they read a wide variety of publications, such as how-to books, self-help books, biographies, and motivational literature. Beginning with this will set you up for success. If you're someone who, like me, doesn't enjoy reading tens of pages at a time, you might want to consider using audiobooks instead. They are amazing because you can be doing something else, like as commuting to work, cooking, or just relaxing, and still have someone else read to you. 2. They live on a budget. Creating and sticking to a budget is the key millionaire success habit. Establishing a budget is the same as creating a plan, and the only way to achieve success is to have a plan. If you've ever gotten to the end of a month and found yourself wondering, where did all of my money go? It's because you didn't properly plan out how you were going to spend your money. You may greatly increase the amount of money you have left over at the end of each month by taking the simple step of creating a budget and sticking to it. You may harness the power of money and put it to work for you to achieve success if you learn to control it rather than letting it dominate you. It's a pattern that millionaires have developed over the course of their lives, but you can master it too. 3. They know delayed gratification. We live in a world where anything can be obtained immediately. Do you find it incredible that you can walk into a dealership in today's world and walk away with a car that costs $40,000? Or would you rather spend less money but get a brand new curved television that is 60 inches in size? Utilizing debt is certainly a viable option for doing everything. Bad move. One of millionaire success habits is that they are aware that following this strategy can lead to catastrophic outcomes. You can't always give in to your desires on the spur of the moment. You have to train yourself to be patient. It is so simple to get caught up in the mentality of spend, 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 but if you want to be successful and become a millionaire, you need to learn how to exercise self-control and comprehend the concept of delayed gratification. It's just a matter of time before it does. 4. They don't go into debt. To continue the discussion from the previous point, the poison that has stifled so much growth among so many people who would have otherwise been successful is the accumulation of debt. Those who are extremely rich typically have no need for things like education loans, car payments, or even phone fees. There are ways to purchase an affordable automobile with cash. There are inexpensive Android phones that can be purchased instead of taking out a loan for the most recent iPhone. And there are scholarship opportunities and in-state tuition alternatives that can help one avoid taking out significant student loans. A change in mentality is required in order to attain the same level of success as wealthy people. 5. They rise early. This is a special millionaire's success habit that they wake up early in the morning. There is still time to get yourself ready for the day before you are inundated with the demands of day-to-day living, before you start receiving emails and phone calls. Read up on the financial news, your latest novel, or even meditate. You can begin by setting your alarm clock 5 minutes earlier, and then continue to set it earlier and earlier over the course of the day. Practice making yourself do that, and educate yourself on how to have a mindset shift that will catapult you into success. 6. They create streams of income. People that are successful understand that it is essential to cultivate several sources of income rather than relying on just a single source of revenue throughout their lives. The vast majority of individuals only have a day job, and having a day job by itself is not enough to get you to $1 million. Instead, you should focus on discovering ways to generate several sources of revenue, since this will catapult you to even greater levels of success. You may get your feet wet by downloading applications that provide you with additional money, and then you can gradually build up your savings until you are able to make an investment in a rental property or even start your own business. 7. They don't act rich. The following is a test, if you will. We want you to take a drive through an extremely wealthy neighborhood close to you, and then immediately after that, I want you to go to a neighborhood that is typical of those in the middle class. Take a look at the luxurious vehicles that they drive. It is possible that you will be shocked to find fancier cars in ordinary neighborhoods. That is the precise meaning of the phrase "they don't act rich." It is simple to try and impress the next person by purchasing things that have a nice appearance despite the fact that the bank account does not support this. The wealthy are aware that material possessions are simply that, and will almost always lose value. If you put on an air of wealth, it won't be long before people stop taking you seriously. Instead, avoid acting wealthy, and you will eventually find yourself in that financial position. 8. They maintain their health. This one is a basic chemical reaction. When you give your body the fuel it needs in the form of nutritious food and exercise, it will function at its best. Because it is a machine, the mind needs certain nutrients in order to function properly. Just try to picture putting unclean gas in your vehicle. You can certainly drive it, but at some point either it will stop working altogether or it will begin to move more slowly than it was intended to. The same is true for the mind. Those who are affluent are aware that in order to make logical and well-considered choices, they need to always be healthy and feed their bodies foods that are healthy in order to keep their bodies operating at their peak level of performance. This is one of the very best millionaire success habits. 9. They give. Some individuals may find this one to be counterintuitive, but the concept is that wealthy people recognize the significance of assisting others and, in turn, sharing their money with others. Even if there are some incredibly miserly wealthy people in the world, the majority of wealthy people are some of the kindest people you will find anywhere. When you give to others, you strengthen your own spiritual well-being at the same time. It can be summed up like this. 10. They set daily goals. To wrap up this list, if you have any intention of ever becoming successful, you absolutely cannot avoid doing this. You need to plot out your route before you get in the car and start driving from one city to another. When you reach a particular point, you will know that you have completed half of the journey. You are aware of the route to take, the projected travel duration, and the required amount of gas. The same can be said about the path to success and the independence from one's finances. If you want to get what you want out of life, you have to make daily goals for yourself and stick to them. The road to becoming a millionaire is like climbing a ladder, and each and every step along the way represents a day of your life. Be sure that you have a complete understanding of how to complete each stage of the journey. So these are the top 10 millionaire success habits that you can follow. If you like these kinds of video, please give us a thumbs up, and a sub to our channel Project Tuber will be amazing. Thanks for watching.